Right. Everybody sins. And if we go with the whole concept of sin or Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, the Chachamim told us always to be careful not to do averot, not to sin. The question is, of course, why? I mean, what's the problem with this? And could there be a situation that a person would do so many averot that he would not be able to snap back? And I found a very interesting concept on that in Sefer Netivot Shalom. Really is a very interesting idea. Why the Torah warned us to be mitrachek midvar avera, to remove yourself from an avera, from violating a Torah law and something like this. He says the following. He says that when it says in Parashat Shemot, ve'ele shmot bnei Yisrael haba'im mitzrayma, it's the Rashi Tevot, shmot bnei Yisrael, right? Ha, shin bet yud hey, mishmin shviya. Shviya means captivity. Shevi is being captive. That Paro wanted to break Bnei Israel and to take them captive. And when he knew that by the body itself, he cannot break the Jewish spirit, because they have something greater than that. So therefore what he plotted to do is to bring their spirit, and by breaking their spirit, to be handed to him so he could do whatever he wants with them. And he brings from the Slonim Rebbe, it says, Ka'asher ha'yetzer hara, when the evil inclination, mefateh, seduces the Jew to sin, the intent is not just for the act of the avera, for the act of the sin itself. Ela lenefilat haruach v'hayeush, but for feeling miserable and gloomy after you did the act. The act of the sin is almost like the hechsher. Lahavdil is we have hechsher mitzvah, that's hechsher avera. The whole intent of the Yetzer Hara is that when you do something you're not supposed to be doing, you're violating a Torah code or conduct, is that you feel so bad afterwards. And when you feel bad, that's the whole thing. Because when you have yi'ush, when you're desperate, you're willing to give up already. That's when you got you. Because to the Jewish person, by having emunah, having strong belief, you know that nobody can do anything to you, because yesh lecha emunah, you believe in Ribono Shel Olam, that is shomer, and it guides you and guards you and so on and so forth. But you feel like, oh my goodness, I feel so low. There's no hope for me. And you become hopeless, and by becoming hopeless, you're becoming helpless. You cannot do so. It says, so therefore, and this is what the Yetzer Hara, the Sitra Achara, controls you. And so he says, Ikar Kavanat Paro, the real intent of Paro is to bring Am Yisrael bebilbul adat, in order for them not to have a clear concept, a clear mind, to be bothered by everything, not to be able to think straight. That's what the Yetzer Hara wants you to do. So therefore, when you're in clarity, in terms of understanding, and having emunah, you can really fall down. So when a person is bebilbul adat, he is in the hands of the Sitra Achara, and he is in the level of the worst possible galut, in the worst possible exile. Now that's why a person should have, and that's why it's very important to have also order in your life. When you know when you're exactly doing what you're doing. You get up in the morning, you go to shul, or you put tefillin on, kovit, shmov, it doesn't make a difference. Those things should not make a difference to you, because you should still have your own order. That you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, there's no point of saying, I don't know what I'm doing myself. That's why Chazal told us that boredom brings to inappropriate behavior. Because you don't know what to do. There's no such thing as vacuum in the world. There's always something, and you remove something, you remove order, chaos come to your life. That's why Chachamim said like this. So that's a tremendous, tremendous thing. That's why in Bet HaMikdash, in the place of Kedusha, when you have holiness, you are in great clarity. You know what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you. You know how to do things. That's why the Yetzer Hara cannot enter Bet HaMidrash. Now you understand why. That's my concept. I was thinking about the Yetzer Hara cannot enter Bet HaMidrash, because in Bet HaMidrash we're talking all the time about clarity, about what to do, how to do. Everything has order. That's why Yetzer Hara cannot enter here. If you feel that you are swamped with averot, come to Bet HaMidrash, learn how to get order in your life. You have some unclarity, you will be clarified. All day long we're doing here with Birur and Itzion, by breaking the house, breaking the klipa, breaking everything out, asking questions, being given teirutz, giving answers, and so on and so forth. We're creating order. When we create order, there is holiness. That's why in Bet HaMikdash, everything was very, very organized. And that's why the Kohen Gadol in Yom Kippurim, he knew exactly what to do, step up to step up to step, because it's the holiest day of the world, of the day. There has to be tremendous order during this day. So if you want to bring holiness into your life, you have to make sure your life are not chaotic. If your life are one big chaos, you expect a hit. Basically like that, expect a hit, and you're going to go down, further down. And exactly where you go, the Yetzer wants you to be. In a place he says, look, I'm hopeless, I'm such a bad guy, nothing can happen. Do not forget, Ein davar ha'omed bifnei hatshuva. Each one to his own, as we said. Each person to his level. But never assume that there is no hope for you. Don't rely lemachar echte hayom, I'll make a sin today, so tomorrow I'll make tshuva. That's not going to happen. But if chas v'shalom something happens, all right, so something happens yesterday, let's make sure that today it doesn't happen. Let's put order in our life. That's why it's important to daven in a certain time, not to delay it. I mean, really, what's the big deal? Let's say, for example, argument's sake, every day I daven at 7:30. What difference does it make if I daven at 8:30? It does make a difference, because that hour that you had gap, breaking from your routine, that's the hour in which the chaos starts, the confusion comes. And that's what, to most of us, as they say, confusion will be our epitaph. That's what they're on. They will be very confused. I've been dazed and confused for so long, right? That's not true. That's not right. That shouldn't be like this. You should be clear, know exactly what you're doing. Then you can build the building. So, Rabotai, order. Very important thing. Until that point, make an order with your life. And that's the same thing as I told you a million times. As much as you make a budget with your money, and you should make a budget with your money, you should make budget with your time. You should be able to know exactly what every minute or half an hour of your life goes through. It should all be well calculated. When you get a grasp over your hour, over your time, not only are you going to accomplish so much more than anybody else, so much more, because everybody else, as much as they live in credit card, they live also on time credit card, and you're running out of time. So not only you're going to be accomplished so much more, you're going to start feeling Kedusha in your life. Order is the bedrock in which we build the building of Kedusha in our lives. Have a wonderful day.